Hello and welcome to Spoonful of Simplicity English. We are here today with another interesting recipe of pineapple tea cake. Now, this tea cake is based in butter, so we'll start our recipe with that. To start with, I've taken half a cup of soft butter. Now, this is a regular butter that we use at home, and what I did to make it soft is just keep it outside of the fridge for about 15 to 20 minutes, and that makes its consistency just enough that if you try to poke in a finger to it, it will only make a slight dent and not let you go further inside. So that's the consistency we want, and we are going to use a hand blender to blend it slightly, only so that it becomes slightly creamy. After this, we are going to add the next ingredient, that's caster sugar, and I've taken 1/3 cup of. Now again, like we do in most of our recipes, after every ingredient that we add, we are going to keep mixing it, and in this process I'm using the hand mixer. I recommend that you either use a hand mixer or a stand mixer, which will be quite a help to you. Next in goes demerara sugar, 1/3 cup of. In case you don't have demerara sugar at home, I recommend that you use brown sugar after grinding it in a grinder, finely grind it. And if you don't have brown sugar, you can still use caster sugar, another 1/3 cup of it. Next, I've added 1/4 cup of milk. This is the usual milk, and please bear in mind that all these ingredients should be at room temperature. Again, we're going to give it a little good mix so that everything is nicely blended together and we don't have anything going around or not mixed well. So that's it. Now, the next ingredient is 1/3 cup of curd or yogurt. You can use any yogurt, even full fat, no fat, any yogurt will do. The next important ingredient in this recipe is a dairy whitener or a milk powder. I've taken a generous 3 or 4 tablespoons of it. You can add it to your taste. This is going to bring in a very milky taste to your cake. So if you prefer that, you can add as much as you like. So in the next ingredient is our star ingredient, and that's half cup of pineapple compote. In case you don't have a compote at home, you can conveniently substitute it with a pineapple jam. We give it a last good mix, and then we will switch on to the dry ingredients. We're done with the wet ingredients now. For the dry ingredients, I've taken 1 cup of refined or all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, half a teaspoon of baking soda, and then we're going to sieve it so that everything gets mixed together, and then we'll give it a nice stir. Now, when mixing dry ingredients with the wet ingredients, we're using the cut and fold method, which is basically you try to emulate a cut in the middle of the batter and then mix the rest of it together like I'm doing here. You just need to mix it enough so that there are no large flour pockets. If there are some small ones, that wouldn't matter. It will be taken care while baking. Now let's transfer all this mixture into an already prepared cake tin that I have. I've used parchment paper, which is slightly taller than the height of my cake tin. The reason for that is that I'm using a smaller cake tin. Here I'm using a 5-inch cake tin, but for this recipe I recommend you around 7 to 8 inches of a cake tin, or if you have a tall cake tin, that will do. That will do as well. So I wanted to make a slightly tall cake, but I did not have a tall cake tin, so I've used parchment paper, a little generous amount of it, so that when my cake bakes, it can take in the taller shape. And that's it. Then we are going to just give it a generous tap, because the consistency of this batter is slightly thicker than the usual batters that you must have seen on my channel. So we'll give it a good tap, and then we'll put it into a preheated oven at 160 or 170 degrees centigrade. And for my cake, it took around 30 to 40 minutes to bake. After it's baked well, you do a skewer test and put it out to cool, and after that you can have it. So that, viewers, is a really easy and delicious recipe that I just shared with you. If you like the recipe, do not forget to hit the like button. Let me know in the comments how did you like it, what did you think about it, and do not forget to share it with your friends and family so that others can benefit from this recipe as well. Last but not the least, please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so that whenever we upload any video, you are intimated of it and you can enjoy the recipes as much as we do. That's it for now. Have a good time. Bye bye.